Natasha, and thank you so much for joining me today. First of all, I would just like to say a big thank you to Kiereen, I'm probably saying your name wrong, from Gisborne in New Zealand. Thank you for the little sweet treats and the gifts for us, and yes, the kids loved them. Thank you very much. Now, today I am going to be reviewing this card kit. Now, this is completely new to me. I've never used these. I've actually never heard of Jen Hadfield, but we're going to give this a go because sometimes using a card kit like this helps spur along creative ideas for me. So I want to have a look in here, see what we get, see if it's good value for money, and see if there's something that you would be interested in. So I'm testing it out, giving it a look, and this way you don't have to purchase it to see what you would think, or and you can decide whether you might find this useful or not. Now, this was my very first look as well. I had not even pulled this out of the box, and I must say the packaging, yes, it's white, doesn't look like we can reuse it in any particular way. Some companies these days have gorgeous, stunning packaging, like one of the last card kits I reviewed. Now, in this card kit, it has all of these lovely things. It's listed on the back. This one seems to be called Reaching Out, and this was just one that appealed to me. I like the look of the bits and pieces, so let's have a look. So first of all, it says there are 28 die-cut cardstock ephemera. These are not sticky backed, but there's some cute little houses, some cute little rainbows, lots of little bugs and butterflies, some little floral hearts. There are, I think, 4 thank you sentiments. These are like shiny gold, and then these gorgeous bikes as well. So that is good. These will be helpful. The idea of the card kit today is that I'm going to show you sort of, without incorporating too many other products, I want to show you how we can be creative with this set. Now, these are the card bases. There are 4 of each design, which is quite a lot. So that means that there's going to be 20 different, 20 card bases, so 5 different designs, and there are also going to be 20 envelopes in here, so they are all just plain white envelopes. This one here is like a vanilla with gold rectangle. There's also a vanilla one with gold dots and spots. Then there's that darker one with the floral pattern, and then this kind of gingham print here. And that is the end of the envelope. So there is a lot of envelopes. At least it comes with a lot of envelopes and a lot of card bases. That's a good start. Then there are 35 stickers here. Now these consist of flowers, florals, these sentiments here. There were sentiments on the first page as well. I do like it that they have a good range. There's sort of hellos, thinking of yous, thank yous, happy birthday, congratulations. Then there is also this page of washi tapes. There are 9 different designs on here. This includes thank yous as well. And so I do like that the kit comes with a good range of sentiments rather than just like a thinking of you kit and it's all kind of the same. So I like that. But this also comes with this adhesive foam tops. There are 96 on here, but we can also use the side packaging, the outside packaging too, because if we just use the dots, there is a lot of waste there. So let's make sure to use all of it. So we are starting off with these nested dies here. These are some gorgeous little frames. I'm loving using these at the moment. This is one that I had already die cut out. I had put it in the back for another time, and it just looked really nice to go on the front here. I am going to use, as I said, some extra products today, but I'm going to keep it fairly limited. I want to use what's in the kit as much as I possibly can. I'm also going to be moving through these pretty fast. I think I make 6 different designs at least in today's video, just to give you a really good idea of what you could do with the kit. Of course, you absolutely could take the products that you already have and take one of the designs of the cards here and replicate it. So you can absolutely do that. This is just a review of the kit, and honestly, I find them kind of fun and inspiring. It's different. It's a little bit out of my comfort zone for me, and I really enjoy the challenge. So this is where I'm talking about using the extra foam. This is actually just a big wide strip that's down the side, so why not use this? I'm going to pop up my little frame here just so it comes off the card base. The card bases are very sturdy. I will say they are nice and thick. They're not going to have any problem standing up at all, which I appreciate, especially when I'm adding elements on the front like this. And then I couldn't help it but use the gorgeous little bicycle. I felt like that also fit really nicely on here. Now, for all of these cards, I made quite a few. I mean, I just went to town and was I had so many ideas with this. I truly had so many. I could have kept going and going and going, but for the length of this video, it was just meant to be sort of a sampler and to give you some ideas, and because this also takes a long time to film and edit and, of course, voiceover and then upload, the process is long, so I really just want to give you a taste of what you can create with these cards. Now, that was the first one done and dusted. We're already moving on to the second one here. Just because card bases come as a card base, that doesn't mean that you can't cut them up to use them as cardstock or something if you like the pattern. I showed that in a previous video when I was reviewing another card kit, that you shouldn't be afraid to cut them up and use them a little bit differently. Now, lots of these card bases had gorgeous gold, shiny gold on them, and so that's where I got this idea from. I'm going to take some double-sided tape, so I've cut up the front of one of the card bases, then some double-sided tape, and I'm going to put some gold foil on this just to replicate that little gold foiling that is on some of the other cards as well. I do think that this would be a really nice little kit. You could create these cards and then gift them away as finished gift cards. I think that would be really nice in a little set. And given that all of these cards were made from the same kit, they're all going to have the same theme, the same colors, but I think they all end up looking really different as well. So you can see I've got a nice little strip going across the edge there. Now, some of these cards are not complicated at all. They're all really simple. It's more of a matter of assembling everything, putting it together, designing them. But you can see that they actually just look stunning. And sometimes simple is perfectly fine and good. We love it. So I do like that those sentiments there, that happy birthday one doesn't have any white around it. It is nice and close cut there. These, I'm going to use some Sizzix adhesive sheets, sticky adhesive sheets, and the Leafy dies from Pink and Main. And then I have these two card bases here, and of course I'm going to cut them apart and use these as basically as cardstock, as coloured paper. I think these would look stunning together, a more plain light coloured cardstock and then a bold and busy one. So I'm going to use these Sizzix adhesive sheets. I discovered these when I ran out of the Stick-It double-sided adhesive sheets. The Stick-It ones were my absolute favourite, but I did hear that Ken Oliver was having trouble finding someone to get them manufactured, and so the supply is running low. That's why lots of places have sold out. I've had a couple of most generous, kind subscribers send me packs. One came from Scotland, which blows my mind, completely blows my mind that people are that generous and think of me when I ran out of my Stick-It adhesive. So whilst I didn't have any, I did discover these Sizzix adhesive sheets, and I do really like them. They are very good and they do die cut cleanly. Once I find a good product, I tend to love to stay with it, and that is probably why I love my Stick-It adhesive sheets. So thank you to those couple of people that sent me some. I am well and truly set. I love them, and I've also discovered another brand that I actually really like too, which is good, perfectly good. Now, these are the two leaves that I've put together, and of course I can make two of them. I was able to fit two, one of each die onto the card fronts, so that meant that I could get two complete leaves. Now, these just fit perfectly on here. I'm going to use a little thank you sentiment, except for it's got one fishtail end, and I'm going to create two, just because that just is what I thought suited this card. So I'm going to pop this down the corner, and again, this is simple and sweet, but I absolutely love this. It's got the shimmery gold around the outside, and the gorgeous bold print, and again, this is what is going to make all of the cards coordinate, that we are using all of the same products. This one here is sort of showing you that you should not be afraid to cut out elements of other card bases. So I had cut away the other half of this card front, and I am actually going to use these gorgeous little floral arrangements to go in the corner of the gingham base. Again, because it's the same kit, they're all the same pinks and they're all the same shades, and they're all going to work beautifully together. Now, I did have this other little decorative die cut here. I can't even remember which set this is from, but I'm using the Doodlebug Happy Birthday to You, or the Happy Birthday set, and I'm writing Happy Birthday to You on there. And this is, it was just a die cut that was floating around. It's going to stick off the page nicely. It's bright and white, and again, this is pretty simple, but we are going to do one thing to step it up, of course. I put my little die cuts down flat. I could have put them up on some foam tape, but I like them flat just as much. And you can see all of the pinks match there, which is perfect. Hold these down so that the edges are nice and flush. And then this is going to go right in the center on some of those foam dots that came in the card kit as well. Then, of course, I'm going to do my squiggly line border. And I think this just brings the whole card together. So I'm going to, sorry, my camera cut out there, my camera battery. I'm going to do a couple of little squiggly lines, which is easy because then they can be squiggly on purpose, and then a couple of little dots around the outside, and that is going to finish off this card as well. Clean, simple, beautiful, but I really like this simple design. Right, we are moving on to the next one. These cards, I said I'm moving quite fast because they are just to give you ideas of what you could do with this kit. There are other kits which are very much similar. I will link them all down below. There is plenty of this one in stock at the moment. And in the weekends, they also have, scrapbook.com have also been having anywhere between 5 and 10% off. They give you a code to use. So it is great to purchase in the weekends as well. They almost always have freebies, at least 1 or 2 freebies that come, that you can add to your order. So that is one of the reasons I love scrapbook.com. Another one is the international shipping for me, which always has to feature because I live in New Zealand. This is some of the cheapest international shipping that I have found, and it is also really fast. It gets to me in really good time, especially post-COVID. It has sped up a lot, and I am just really impressed. They are a great company. I don't have anything to do with them. They don't send me any product. I don't, none of that. But I just really like them, and it's what works best for me. So that is one of the companies that I use, and that's where I get a lot of my products from. For this one here, I used some of that washi tape to create a nice little line there. I have popped up another bit of the card panel that I cut off a different one, and this is also going to say happy birthday. I have a little bit of decorative lace that I used from a die cut. This is the, I think it's the edges borders. Again, I will link everything that I used down below in case you are interested in checking it out. I'll also link the card kits and a couple that are similar as well so that you can check them out and see if they are for you. I do really like these card kits. I must say, it means that I can sit down and a lot of the thinking is taken out for me, but I can still really enjoy the card making process. I also find that sitting down with my daughter, she also loves these. Sometimes the process of all the other card making things can feel quite long to her, and so these work really well if you don't want to do all the steps all the way through, and yet you still have these gorgeous cards at the end. Now this one here, I'm going to use some of the cardstock stickers. I have a white strip of cardstock. This was just a spare scrap leftover, so whatever the width is what it is. It's probably around maybe 2 inches or so. And then I am going to stick some of the stickers on, but make sure that when the bits that you cut off the edges, make sure that you reuse those and stick them somewhere else, because there's no point wasting a good product, and you can kind of make sure that you make the most of everything that's in the kit. Now this is one of the card bases that I cut into earlier, and again the flowers all coordinate with the card bases, so I can add that as a little background strip to separate it from these gorgeous gold polka dots. And then I have this little hello. I love this sort of it's a little bit darker than navy blue. Is this, what kind of blue is this? It's stunning nonetheless. It's almost got a tinge of grey to it. It's like steel colour. Anyhow, I use some of the excess from around the adhesive foam dots, and that is going to pop up my little sentiment, and then pop it on to this little strip that I have created. You can see that I could not decide which way up I wanted to go because I didn't want to cover up the flowers, and I ended up having to cover up some, obviously. Then I add some foam tape to the back here, and this is going to go through the middle of this card too. Honestly, I just had so many ideas for this card kit. I felt like this was really easy and I could have kept going and going and going. And honestly, I stopped myself at the 6 or so cards that I created because this was just really, really fun. So here are the cards that we created today. The very first one with the bicycle, I quite like that. This one with the gorgeous leafy dies from Pink and Main, really simple, but that gold is striking. And then the next one is the one that uses the diagonal strip across the center, and then we put our own gold foil accents on there, which to me looks pretty similar to the other gold as well. As I said, once you lay these all out sort of side by side, you can see that these would make a fantastic set. They're all the same colors, they all coordinate, and I really, really enjoyed this time. The other thing is that we have so much left over from this kit. So I have all of these foam dots. These are the stickers that I have left over. So I barely used any. I think I used probably 5 sentiments. I guess we also created that leaf as well. I have all of the washi tape, a couple of the congratulations sentiments, and then we have a whole lot of the embellishments left over, the ephemera. And then I have, what do I have? 3 of that one, 3 of that one of the gingham because I love that one, 2 there. We've got a whole lot of card bases left over. We've got heaps and heaps. I could have kept going easily. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video today. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. I will link to anything I have mentioned in the video as well as the card kit. Other than that, I'll see you on the next one. Thanks, bye.